Hi everyone, it is the Digital Shaman. Welcome back to the channel where we discuss the intersection of spirituality and technology. So today I am going to do a channeled message from one of the Ascended Masters, Serapis Bey. And before I do that, let's just talk a little bit about my experiences working with his energy. And sometimes when you're talking about masters, energies, you don't want to say him, her, he, this, they, but Serapis definitely is more of a masculine energy. That's definitely something I can attest to. And one kind of clue to figure out if, some of his presence is nearby. Of course, we always know 444 is synonymous with angels or spirits all around you. So 444 happened to be my awakening code. That's like a whole separate story that I'll tell on another day. But I think what Serapis is the 4 in general. So if you see a lot of 4s, like anytime I check the clock, it's 6:44, 7:44. So if you see a lot of 4s in your life, I think that is the beginning seeds of maybe kind of check into some of his energy, because 4s are what? It's structure, it's law, it's a karmic number. It stands for manifestation. It's a disciplinary number. Think about the emperor in the tarot. So my experience with Serapis Bey is, he's a coach for ascension. I pulled a couple of books. There's not a lot of books I've written about him per se. So this is from the Summit University Summit Lighthouse Group. It is Dossier on the Ascension, Serapis Bey. So, one of his most popular incarnation was his time in Luxor, Egypt. Let me just read the back of the book. The Ascended Master, Serapis Bey, offers profound answers to the questions of life after death. He explores the purpose and the destiny of the soul and outlines how you can follow the adepts of the East and West, who have passed through the initiations of the Sphinx and the Great Pyramid. So essentially, the teaching that he did at Luxor, Egypt was probably one of the earliest mystery schools. So if you're dealing with Serapis Bey energy, you're on the path to ascension, whether or not you want to believe it or not. And, I find that, I wear a Nike every day, but really it's intentional. Just do it is his motto. From the Doreen Virtue Ascended Master deck, his card title is Go Now. Do not delay. Take action. Serapis is a coach. He's going to push you. Discipline is expected. Ascension sometimes is confused. It's not all love, light, boom, joys, and rainbows. It's work. It's studying and understanding the multiple concept of ascension, because that's one thing that is misconstrued in the 3D planet, that is this one way. And I'm not going to compare religions, but it's just one way. The path is multiple paths. There's a reason why we have so much of a blended, I see a lot of Christian witches, Jewish mystics witches, and Hindu and atheists, this and that, mash them all together and figure out what you need to help you come into the light. That is Serapis. He's a coach that's going to push you. And I feel sometimes if you have been so blessed to feel his energy or be selected, sometimes you're selected, because you have a big mission. You have a big mission to contribute to a society. I feel like he also has a propensity to help out light workers, those who need that nudge, so that their voices can be heard to help uplift society, to help ensure ascension happens. He's an ascension teacher. That must be understood. If you choose to work with Serapis Bey, just understand it's very much so a practical relationship. It's, I don't want to say annoying, but you know how it is when in school, the type of teacher that says, okay, you got the right answer, but show me your work. That's Serapis. It's very practical. He's very analytical in terms of instructional, do this, and that, and you will get that result. Switching gears, what is some of the, before we can ascend, we have to do what? We got to clear our karma back to that 4, what is karma? Nothing but the law, and cause and effect. That's the words I was looking for. But some of the things that Serapis helps with, and this is definitely quoted from a couple of Doreen Virtue books, and another good book. It's just one chapter, but it's Alain Fairchild, Crystal Masters 333. They talk a little bit about Serapis in there. So from my experience, because he understands the notions of what it's like to live in a 3D living. He helps, in my opinion, with, he's a taskmaster in helping to clear the karma. And he covers all the, like, I call them like the nooks and crannies of living in the 3D world. And nooks and crannies because it's all the little illnesses that are so common to this planet. Addictions, procrastination, you know, having the strength to be able to overcome them. Because what's an important aspect of ascension is developing a healthy mind and body. And he's a spiritual coach that's going to put you on that path. He may have you on a new health regimen, a new exercise regimen, because that's going to do what? It's going to turn on and activate your spiritual awakening. And that is his mission. He's a spiritual coach to help bring one towards, from the 3D to the 5D. And he's going to do that by having you build all new habits. That's why I said he's a very practical deity. Very practical. You got to be ready to do the work. And you got to be very thankful, again, if you feel the presence of Serapis, because it means that you may not know it or not, but you have the energy within you to keep up. It's kind of like, you know, maybe going to the gym, or, you know, I'm not going to say that. It's like you're working with a trainer and you're like, I hate my trainer. Why is he working when it's hard? But you keep going. And then like week 1, you have one attitude. And then by week 12, you're at the gym before your trainer. That's the Serapis Bey energy. He's a spiritual coach that's going to help you clear up your body, take care of your mind, so that you can be surprised and delighted when what happens. The light gets bigger and stronger, because he wants to help you become a clearer conduit to source energy, to the divine. And I'm going to end with that. That's a little bit about my experiences with Serapis Bey and some of the 4/4 energy that I experience every single day. So with that being said, you know, sometimes I was thinking when I was preparing, you know, are we going to need to use the cards? But, you know, I'm going to just pull a couple of cards just to get an additional, an additional message from Serapis Bey. And, you know, first of all, I didn't say this in the beginning, but I'm very thankful that he's chosen to allow his presence into my life in this physical incarnation. So we're going to go ahead and go to the reading. And the deck that I'm using, I guess until I change, I'll tell y'all. But again, it's Fool's Dog. They are, again, the best in class in terms of tarot apps on iPad and iPhone and even Android. So that gives them another extra bonus. And the deck that I'm using, so apparently it gets some of its roots with the Thoth deck. But it's called Liberty. Hold on. Let me go ahead and get the recorder going. All right, there you go. So y'all can see this here with me. It's called Liberty, Tarot of the Stars, Eternal. So we're going to do a new reading, and we're just going to say a message from Brother Serapis Bey. I'm going to do a free form. Ooh, I like the artwork on the back of this deck. Like, that is pretty cool. So, again, we just ask Brother Serapis to guide us and tell us, you know, what we always ask Spirit. What do we need to know? So, let's draw a couple cards here. See where we go. And what's the first card? At the bottom, a 4. Oh, is this 4 swords? 4 swords. I'm trying to tell you, seriously, like, that is a big indicator of Serapis energy, those 4s. They're gonna make me do some math here. What is this? 12. Oh, Hangman. 21. Is this the world card? I'm gonna need the world card. Wow, we got a lot of majors. Is this I'm seeing, so in my mind I'm seeing the Rider Waite Wheel of Fortune. I'm sitting here like struggling. So we got Wheel of Fortune, the world, which they call it universe. I guess it's, again, some of the concepts come from the Thoth deck. Hangman, and 4 swords. So, all right, let's go ahead with the, I kind of like to rearrange. So, yeah, we got our 3 major arcanas over here. First and foremost is meditation. We know that anyway. With Ascension, you need to have a daily meditation practice. What that looks like is a personal decision. And I mean, it's so many options. Headspace, counting. Headspace helped me with counting. My, meditation teacher that I met, mantra, TM, affirmations, walking meditation. It's so many, because a lot of people, let's remember, people, meditation isn't sitting in silence with no thoughts. That's not possible. But you do need to develop, you need to figure out what is that focus. It could be breath, again, counting, mantra, but you got to have a meditation practice, because that is also your daily, number one, I can go on and on. Meditation does so much for the body, but number one is also going inward to be able to connect with the divine. So that's very important. That's the very first thing. Hangman is to not be stuck and to be flexible with some of the, Serapis is he's gonna pull you off their feet, pull you off your feet, so that you could rebuild new habits, routines, and mindsets. But looking at this card too, I don't know, for some reason, like lately, anytime I seeing Hangman, who's hanging out and doing this tree pose, it's like yoga. So, I'm not saying go forth, because I feel like, this reading is so cliche. You're saying meditation, do yoga, yada yada yada, but it's a reason why yoga is kind of like, I'm just gonna make up a number, like a 3,000 year like metaphysical practice. It does something. So let's just say, if it's not yoga, it's some type of movement. And I think, to me, the double entendre of Hangman, and why I always kind of associate yoga with that, we are resistant. Everyone, well, not everyone, the majority of the planet is resistance to exercise. Like, I'm just going to leave it at that. So this is definitely, not being resistant to some type of physical movement practice. And it can be fun. Let me add, so in my extra bedroom or whatever, I have a rebounder. Sometimes, there's been a lot of storms here on the East Coast. I just bounce up and down on it, moving that, the lymph in my body. So some type of movement practice for sure. And, let's just look in here at the world card. I think that's just affirmation or confirmation of spirit being with us, and knowing that in some cases many of us are doing this again. That's definitely, you are an ascended master if you come down one lifetime, boom, and you knock out all your karma, you clear all your karma. So, it's okay to know that we're here to repeat and learn. That's how you learn. So the world card is just reminding us that the soul is very much so well traveled, and that's okay. And I feel like, again, the world and, what are my words tonight? Wheel of Fortune kind of go hand in hand. But in this time, moving on to the Wheel of Fortune, we're taking destiny back in our own hands. We're changing the story. And that's another reason to go back to meditation, because meditation also can be visualization. What do you want in this lifetime? What do you need to do in this lifetime? Sometimes the answers come to you while you're going from within. So let's just draw a couple more cards just to let's just see where we go here. We got Princess of Cups. Okay, yeah, we got a I guess that's probably, is this Page of Cups or, hang on, is this Page of Cups or no, it's not Wimby Queen. Yeah, it's not nice. So yeah, Page of Cups. So that definitely lets me know we need to continue to talk. Pages have messages. Oh, and turtles. So it's definitely, we got Page of Cups. And wow. Okay. I'm sorry here. Like, this is crazy. What is this card? The 5th card? Is this the 5th card in the major arcana? Let's go to the computer real quick. We're going to take an assist here. We're going to just do this live here because 5th card in Toph deck. That's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to Google it. Oh, the Heirophant. Oh, you know what? And that's a message for me because I just ran. So if anyone's in the DC area, if you're checking out this video, we have a big DC tarot meetup. We met last night, and I was telling the guys, the people, that the Hierophant is stalking me. So it's a funny reason. It's hilarious to me inside that I was sitting here like, what card is that? Only for it to be the card that's stalking me. But what is the Hierophant? He is our telephone connection to the divine, right next to the Page of Cups. So there's more of a message that needs to be given here. So let's look into that. Let's look into that. Let's real quick. Let's look at some of the artwork with the Hive. Oh yeah, I can see it now. The three people on the bottom, but they don't have really the keys. Yeah, that's pretty cool. This is pretty cool. I'm just kind of digging this deck. We got Nine of Swords. That goes back to, yeah, we might be winding down. This message is getting a little repetitive. Nine of Swords goes right back up with Four of Swords and meditation. Meditation for peace. Because some of us need to get on the ascension path so that, again, back to the wheel. We have a theme there with the circles, the world and the wheel. We don't want to keep doing this round and round. I mean, yes, the soul needs to evolve, and depending on, the soul can be a newborn baby, or the soul can be 1,000-year-old grandpa. Some of us have gone through some of these karmas round and round, and we need to, instead of circling the airport, we need to land this baby on home and go back up to the higher realms, whatever that looks like to you. So we're going to just pull one last card, and we're going to thank Serapis for this message. And just to recap, at the top there is meditation. Over here with the Four of Swords, the Nine of Swords. Hangman is to not to be stubborn, to add some exercise, some fitness, some movement. Particularly, I'm actually hearing yoga in your life. And let me pause too, because when I said that meditation comes in different flavors, like people think, like, don't get me wrong, like it took me years, like, oh my God, yoga is annoying. Not to say it's annoying. It's a great thing. It's always one of those things when you're done, you're like, yes, but it's hard. And when you're really started, because it's two things. You're moving your body and you're trying to understand like what the asanas are. It's really hard. So please have grace. One lady I like on Instagram, Judgement Stanley, she is like real talk. You can have yoga from the Bhakti Gita level or Bhakti yoga, or she's really good for real talk yoga. So check her out. But I guess the point is, there's many flavors of yoga, and for some of us, like, do yin, Y-I-N. Yin yoga is very relaxing, and it's slow. Like, literally, you go to class, you just do 5 poses. You hold them for like 10 minutes each. Like me, I don't mess with any of that Bikram hot yoga. I actually don't like vinyasa. I don't like anything fast paced. So just know there's levels to yoga, but you got to move your body. Because one thing too is another message that Serapis is wanting me to remind you all is, this is to avoid stagnation. Yes, that's what this card is about. We need to avoid stagnation because ascension is activity. Like I said, he's a coach. He's an ascension coach. So Hangman is to say, don't be stagnant. Find some form of movement that works for you. I've already mentioned the wheel, the world, and Wheel of Fortune and the world. And then, like I said, we're going to wind down because the Hierophant and Page of Cups is pretty much... Page of Cups is, a messenger. And then the Hierophant, to me, is, I consider, in some cases they call him the Pope. So I consider it to be not an alter ego in the true sense, but let me say a remix of the High Priestess. But now we're more on a tangible, because again, we talked about Serapis Bey comes down to help us here on the 3D level. And remember, the Hierophant has aspects of what is associated with Taurus, which is the earth. We got the world card. So this is saying you need to do these things here on this earthly plane. So let's go ahead and turn over the last card, and then we're going to go ahead and bring this reading to a close. So we got another 4. How we going to end it? We started the reading and we ended the reading on the 4, but I told y'all, those 4s, and I just like bold, underline, exclamation point. The 4s are a very strong number for Serapis. And in this case, 4 of Cups. This is saying do not delay. in my mind, I do see the rider waite, the guy sitting on the hill contemplating. There's nothing to contemplate. We must listen. We must prepare ourselves for ascension. And with the 4 of Cups, sometimes that is apathy. So some of y'all who have been drawn to this reading, even if you're not necessarily feeling stress, there's something in the soul that needs to be addressed. There's something in the soul that needs to be addressed. And through working with the Serapis, again, you'll come into that alignment. The alignment of mind, body, and soul. And you won't feel lost. You won't feel lost. Yeah, so again, we thank you, Brother Serapis Bey, for this message. And I'm pretty sure I might have a few more channels. As the psychic told me 2 weeks ago at this festival I went to, I'm not talking enough. My guys are very chatty, and there's more that needs to be said. But seriously, I hope this reading was helpful for you all. I hope that those working with Serapis Bey, please chime in the comments. Let me know some of your experiences with his energy, and I will continue to keep you all posted as we work together. Again, I thank you all, sending lots of love and light over the 1s and 0s. Please comment, like, and subscribe. I appreciate all the support on the channel, and everyone have a good night.